Welcome back to Finn vs. History. I'm here with Horatio Gould.
You've never had it so good.
Today we're talking Harold Macmillan.
Yes.
We are into part 5 of our marathon through the post-war British Prime Ministers.
Girls, wear extra pants today. It's an hour on Harold Macmillan.
Double up, ladies. You're going to need a protective layer of pants underneath your normal pants.
The boys are talking about Harold Macmillan, 1957 to 1963 domestic policies.
My God. I can hear the frothing twats from here.
It's like the Niagara Falls.
Oh, ladies, if you would, just please double up on your pants.
We're about to make wry, witty observations about Harold Macmillan's domestic policies.
He's one of my favourite prime ministers, I think.
Yeah,
I've actually, there's a lot here.
No,
there's
I do.
There's a lot here.
It's actually good.
And our audience will be fucking grateful for the feed,
They better.
actually.
More? You want more? Less?
Slinging bread.
Less? You want less?
Less? You don't want less, you want more. It's Macmillan.
McMummylan.
I think
You
actually...
never had it so good as his most famous quote.
You've never
and that's
had
how
it.
I feel to the fucking audience.
You've never had it so soggy.
You've never had it so...
I genuinely feel like this is the first premiership we've got to where today's audience would recognise how it felt, I think.
To what?
To like modern premierships. And I think it's a recognisably modern premiership.
Sex scandals. Cuckoldry.
Deference has gone.
Yeah.
People are thinking, you're all the fucking same. How people feel about Harold Macmillan is, I imagine, how people feel similar to
It was the
today.
beginning of the line of getting to the point where they're all the fucking, not another one.
Another one? Yeah. Brenda from Bristol is saying that about Harold Macmillan. It's just that what she's saying that about is, he's been cuckolded again? Not another one? He's watching another one? Fuck his wife?
I think I didn't know much about Macmillan, but he's actually quite interesting.
It's fascinating. I also think it's the real hinge point in like the kind of old world, new Britain. This is the real hinge.
Because it was almost like he would have been a better prime minister if he'd maybe gone to power 10 years earlier, maybe, or in a different period. The main thing that happened was the Times left him and he couldn't adapt.
Yeah, and his wife left him.
And his wife left him, quite a lot left him, actually.
And he did adapt, to be fair to that. He adapted very well to that.
Yeah, I mean, he adapted very well. She was having an affair with one of his ministers for
30 years.
30.
And supposedly fathered his youngest daughter. But he just cracked on.
Yeah.
It's the definition of stiff upper lip.
Yeah, he really is. He's the last gentleman to be in
He's the most gentleman we've ever... He's the classiest guy we've ever had as Prime Minister.
Yeah.
In that he was a 30-year Test cricket cuck.
Yeah.
30 years.
But also,
30 years
the
a cuck.
idea of the gentleman has become cartoonish and he plays up to that.
Yes.
Because he actually isn't... A lot of it is artifice. He knows that he's playing up to it. He's not a true... Like, I feel with Eden, there was a seriousness and a sincerity to his...
Well, you think Macmillan's playing up to his...
Definitely.
Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. That was a huge part of it, was this kind of like throwback to an earlier time. He's like, he's got an English mum and American dad, but he claims a Scottish ancestry.
Yes.
Like, a lot of it is just all artifice. He really plays up this kind of cartoonish version of a gentleman, for sure. You see throughout his career as well that he is very like calculated.
Well, he's unflappable.
He's as
cucks are.
Yeah,
they're not easily flustered by dicks raining down on their spouse.
They have not touched flaps in years.
Yeah, they're unflap. Yeah, exactly. In all senses of the word, they're fully flap dodgers. They're flap watchers.
Yeah,
and yet it's so ironic, isn't it, that for a prime minister who is literally not getting any, to be undone by a sex scandal.
Oh.
I mean, it's as juicy as it gets from my point of view. So
the cuck's burden.
The cuck's burden.
No sex, but sex ruins your life.
Yeah, that's Kipling's famous novel, The Cuck's Burden. So let's place this for the thickos. We're in 1957 when Macmillan comes to power. So 1957, that is...
So that would be, I guess that would be...
It's just after
the invention of the washing machine?
Yes, can 57. We just confirm that, Charlie? But I do believe washing machines are around, and I think people are using them. 1851.
Really?
Wasn't introduced until
what about the modern one?
1937 was the automatic washing machine.
And it's before the invention of the rabbit sex toy?
Yes, again, something that Macmillan would never have laid eyes on.
Let's have a look. The idea of the rabbit originally early 1980s. Can we get a picture of the rabbit vibrator?
Lovely. Right. Now, that does make me feel fairly redundant anatomically. Because it seems to have two dicks.
Yeah.
Which, if that's what women want, then what is the point of a man?
Well, do you need another fella in there?
I guess so.
You need two fellas in there.
Well, that's what Harold Macmillan realised.
But the Japanese, they're real innovators in the 80s. They're really trying a lot of stuff. So I guess no Englishman would have thought of this.
What the
top bit?
The top bit.
Yeah, that's not that. The English mind couldn't comprehend something like that.
It still can't. I don't think. I think the English gentleman's mind is still astounded by the rabbit toy. Right, but again, to get it back on topic, Macmillan straddles the two eras.
Yes.
Of no but stuff.
Right.
57, 63.
Yeah.
We're getting into the Butty decade.
He straddles it, but it's not like he's got a foot in each column.
No.
He's very much from the old world.
He's got a foot in neither column.
Yeah. He's wandered into a sex party in a three-piece suit.
With a monocle going, my God, have some respect. Which is what I feel like. So I feel a lot of... I relate to Macmillan. I relate to Macmillan a lot. Yeah. So Macmillan is known for this famous saying, "You've never had it so good."
Yeah.
Because he governed during a period of economic prosperity. But of course there were cracks underneath it all because we just had Suez. But by economic prosperity, everyone's got a telly.
Yeah.
And so people are happy.
Yeah.
Because this country is thick as shit.
Yeah.
And if you put a telly in front of them, doesn't matter what's going on. It's fine, right?
Well, just being alive for kind of ever had been absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's true.
And now it was kind of like just a bit shit.
Yeah.
So it is like the 50s is extraordinary change from basically if you're poor, life has been absolutely awful forever. It's always been fucking terrible. And now you've got a telly where you can watch people do stuff and it's all right for a bit.
Yeah. So, and what are they doing on the telly? They have got Eurovision. Begins in 1956.
Who wins the first Eurovision? Switzerland. Right. Okay, because it's interesting. Obviously the thing is that we always lose Eurovision.
Yeah.
Get up the leaderboards of the most wins in Eurovision.
Ireland and Sweden.
7 victories. Followed closely France 5. We're tied third place with Luxembourg.
Fuck off.
Israel 4.
Yeah, they like winning.
Fucking hell. When was Israel admitted?
Oh, I don't want to go down that road. For me, that's the most controversial thing they've done is join Eurovision. How they've got into Eurovision.
They're the chosen people.
I mean, the West Bank's one thing, but Eurovision, they're not anywhere near Europe.
Yeah, but it's said in the Old Testament that
they have to join Eurovision. Yeah, the settlers. They've settled.
They were part of Eurovision 5,000 years ago.
Of course they were. Yeah, of course. The first Eurovision. So Blue Peter starts in 58. Right. Here we go.
Did you watch Blue Peter growing up?
Obviously I watched Blue Peter growing up.
Did you get
Katie Hill, Connie Huck, woof. That's in the slot. I think actually...
This is Fat Taylor. This is
Fat Horny Taylor dreaming of Katie Hill. Katie Hill and Connie Huck.
This is Stud Pig.
This is Stud Pig Taylor. Watch out, Katie Hill. There's a violent stud pig just rutting, waiting to charge at you.
You broke a lot of tellies with the amount of humping you were doing.
Yeah, I was rutting the TV. Katie Hill, who did a toothpaste advert after she left Blue Peter in a very low cut top. That's what I remember. This is early. This is kind of preteen sexual awakening stud pig stuff. The stud pig awakening.
The innocence of the sexual awakenings of your youth.
Yeah.
A toothpaste advert.
Yeah.
Now, if you're 8 years old, it's like, oh yeah, my sexual awakening is when I typed in gangbang to Pornhub. That was when I kind of awakened my sexual thing. Is when I typed in loads of sex right now, please. I
was thinking because I was thinking that actually nowadays you can't when we were kids you could get rid of porn and you had some deniability about it because it would just be like a still photo of a naked woman.
We could throw it in the bin.
No, but as in you could just minimise the window. But now kids are caught and they've got a fucking VR headset and like an automatic flashlight and they're hog-tied and they're like
You could be like, I'm on Amazon.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? I'm watching the highlights of the football.
I'm watching Match of the Day.
Now Match of the Day does start here, by the way. I think Match of the Day starts.
Match of the Day is Wilson, I think.
Maybe it's Wilson. 64, yeah. So Match of the Day is Wilson, excuse me.
That was the week that was.
Yeah, that's the satire show.
Right.
But the first Carry On film is released in 1958.
You know what? I don't really know anything about the Carry On films.
They're a bit of fun.
They're referenced all the time.
It's kind of it's what my
is
dad...
Is it the same as Ealing comedy?
No,
very different.
Carry On films is like it's sort of Benny Hill-esque. It's like the height of camp comedy.
Farce.
It's farce, but it's
lewd.
Basically, in every film, Barbara Windsor gets chased, and as she gets chased, a bit of clothing comes off, gets snagged on a twig.
So it's sexy farces.
It's the ultimate end of the pier sex farce. It's all gay jokes.
Do they
Being gay is illegal, and yet everyone's going to laugh at how gay Kenneth Williams is.
Yeah.
This episode of Finn vs. History is brought to you by Surfshark.
Whoa.
Now, you use VPNs, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You have to nowadays.
You've got to.
In modern Britain, it's impossible to access anything that's not just Mary Berry cutting a cake.
Exactly. But the internet's changed. It's not like you're not just surfing the web. It's dangerous out there. So much of life is out, on the internet. You got to protect yourself.
But also, I'm a straight white man from the the home counties, famously, and I'd like to live as a fat transgender Mexican.
Yes.
Well, I can do that through my VPN address.
Exactly.
Surfshark will give you the opportunity at another life.
Not only another country, but you can also change your gender. You can change your weight.
Yep.
You can change your political leanings. So you can just live out that fantasy with a VPN.
I would like to watch stuff they watch in Mexico so I can live out my fantasy of abandoning my family.
You seen the film The Holiday?
Yes.
They swap houses?
Yes.
It's sort of like that.
It's like that.
Yeah.
I must stress, Surfshark is not a silver bullet. It's not a holiday from your life.
Yeah.
You still have to live as you.
Eventually, you'll have to log off the VPN and still be you. But I don't think anything can really offer that service.
You won't change your job. And if you do provide that service, we'll happily advertise it.
Yeah.
So listen, head to Surfshark, and if you use the code FVH or go to surfshark.com/FVH, that's FVH Foxtrot Vagina Hotel, then you will get 4 extra months of Surfshark.
Yeah.
It's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Gorgeous.
Well, we want risk-free, but what you're looking up, that's on you.
You have to take a level of risk.
There's a level of risk. So it's not complete. Just because you say risk-free money-back guarantee, that means they'll give you the money back if you don't like it. Doesn't mean that anything you look up...
Doesn't mean you can just join ISIS online.
Doesn't mean if a SWAT team comes in, you're like, I thought it was 30-day free money-back guarantee.
Surfshark take no responsibility for the risks you take in your own life. FVH for 4 extra months of the world's leading VPN. Now, food-wise, things are beginning to pick up because the Indian and Chinese immigration has meant a lot of restaurants beginning to introduce. So Butlins is around. Butlins has introduced chop suey and chips to holiday camps.
I mean, I was at a snooker club last night and for £2.50 they served curry noodle, which feels like that is post-war British immigration, isn't it?
Fucking curry noodle.
At a snooker, a very English snooker hall.
Yeah, you're either curry or you're noodle, ain't you? Which one are you?
But it's just like so vague. It's just curry and noodle, same thing. Curry noodle.
I either have chips or I have curry noodle.
Yeah.
The fittest woman, and now this is, I would argue this is where fit women begin.
Yeah, I mean 60s, come on.
Ursula Andress.
Yeah.
The first Bond girl. Smoke shows to end all smoke shows. Look at out in the bikini, out on the beach. This is where the first Bond film comes out. 62.
Right.
Dr. No. Now we're cooking. Connery's around.
Yes.
This feels like Britain to me.
Yeah. It's starting to make sense a bit.
Curry noodle. Yeah. Ursula Andress. Yes, please.
Yeah. Slang for boobs in this era, Norks.
Norks. Look at Ursula's Norks. Norks is a very funny.
Can we get the etymology of Norks, please?
Yeah, where's it? Is it
a Saxon word?
Norman? Nork? The slang term Nork. It's Australian in origin.
Etymology is unknown, but one theory suggests it comes from Norco Cooperative Ltd, a butter manufacturer whose packaging featured a cow's udder.
Right.
So it's a brand of
butter. So Norks comes from butter. So look at those buttery Norks. I guess. So we've gone from, what was it, under Eden it was chandeliers, and now it's Norks.
You can see the degradation starting to happen.
You can see the end of Deference, can't you? When a woman's boobs were shining.
I can barely look at those wonderful chandeliers. Now, show us your Norks, love.
We used to be gazing up at chandeliers, and now we're looking down at Norks.
Buttery old Norks.
Spread those Norks on toast. My God. This is also the
beginning of sniggering.
It is, of smirking.
I don't think sniggering existed before this. This is like the beginning that, people realised they could snigger at things.
Yes.
You didn't used to snigger. Yeah. And now Private Eye, the kind of...
Have I got news for you?
One of the tent poles of sniggering.
Yes, exactly. The satire boom is now... and
New sounds are filling London.
Exactly.
You'd never...
Is it a dolphin in the bathtub? The Daily Mail.
You've just never even heard these.
Yeah, the sound of the 60s is Paul Merton going... Now, Macmillan becomes PM in 1957. Eden has just stepped down because he's completely fucked. Yeah. He's fucked it.
His bottom's
and he's
fallen out.
off to have sex with Ian Fleming's wife in Jamaica.
Yeah.
When Macmillan becomes Prime Minister, he tells the Queen, I might not last 6 weeks following Suez.
Yeah.
She reminds him of this 6 years later. It was a funny wry joke, because that's what this is all about. The comedy of the time is very wry.
Right.
It's Cuck's humour.
Yeah.
Macmillan had a sizable majority, and so he wasn't going to call an election unless he felt he had to. So before we get into his premiership, who was Harold? The story. Let's go back and talk about this Cuck, from a Cuck from birth.
Yeah.
So went to Eton, expelled for being a homo, which you have to be really gay to get expelled from Eton.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole like culture of like fagging and stuff.
Fagging, yeah.
Yeah. So
do you want to explain what fagging is?
I think we'll probably explain that with the next Prime Minister, because that's literally all he is.
A fag.
Yeah.
Right.
But he gets expelled for homosexuality. He goes to Oxford but doesn't graduate because of World War One.
Yeah.
He marries Lady Dorothy Cavendish in 1920. They were a mismatch, and by that they mean that he was gay. It reminds me of
didn't quite match up. So I think one was gay and one was straight.
My favourite all-time Norm Macdonald joke is Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson have split up. Friends say they was never going to work out because she's more of a stay-at-home type and he's more of a homosexual pedophile. They were a mismatch, but they still had 4 children together. Supposedly the last one is not his, but the Conservative politician Robert Boothby. From this point in 29, they live separate lives because divorce would affect his political career. And he's so humiliated, but apparently he has a nervous breakdown in 1931.
Right.
But then he gathers his thoughts.
Yeah.
He gets some composure.
Yeah.
He resolves that he will be this country's first ever Cuck Prime Minister.
Innovator.
He's like Obama in a way.
Yeah. Hope.
Just Cuck. Macmillan. Cuck for change.
Yeah.
So, by the 1960s, right, to fast forward, because the affair is pretty juicy, Boothby, who is a...
Oh, not Boothby again. I mean, Boothby sounds like a guy who's fucking your wife, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Boothby.
Richard Boothby. No, Robert Boothby. So he's this dashing young Tory MP, and he becomes this sort of flamboyant figure in the London nightlife scene in the 60s.
Yeah.
And he has a taste for young women and young boys.
Boothby
Boothby goes both ways. It's the 60s.
In both booths?
But he's in both booths.
He's booth by.
He's booth by. He's drilling a hole in the booth and shoving his dick through it. It doesn't matter what's stuck in the end of it.
Doesn't give a fuck.
As long as there's something at the end of it.
He's not fussy.
He's not fussy.
He's not a fussy eater.
No. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Whatever's put in front of him, he'll gobble.
He'll finish his plate. He's grateful.
Waste not, want not. It's that wartime spirit.
Yeah, exactly. That generation, they just, they turn the lights off, they gobble whatever they're putting in their mouth.
We just got on with it, whatever. Cock or fanny, whatever's on my plate.
We're all bisexual. You'd understand if you grew up in the war, you were grateful. Anyway, he likes a drink, and he starts going out to all these nightclubs, and it brings him into the orbit of the Cray twins, right? Because they've started running nightclubs, and also... I think it's Reggie Cray is openly homosexual, brackets in the right rooms.
But he's a terrifying homosexual.
Yeah.
Where it makes him harder. He's like the most violent man in East London, and he's kind of an open homosexual, but he's also the fucking hardest geezer.
Yeah, he's the hardest geezer. But
He
he's
really
gay.
is. Yeah. This kind of makes him. It basically shows I'm so fucking hard that I can be openly homosexual and get away.
I don't fucking take it. I'm not a puffer.
But I think isn't that the thing about them banging each other?
Ronnie was. Yeah, you found an article.
Yeah.
Gangster twins, Ronnie and Reggie Cray had
other.
secret gay sex with each other.
Yeah, that's kind of like a big thing thrown against them, which is a bit odd.
Do you think they get awkward after they come? What are they doing?
Oh, they're just so fucking hard. I think they punch each other in the face and they go on.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I'm not gay. Fuck off. You're gay.
They both called each other homophobic slurs
while they're fucking each other.
Puffed.
Do you reckon they wrestled to see who would be on top?
I mean, that's I've said this on my other podcast, and that's the big appeal of gay sex for me.
The wrestling bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like to wrestle?
Part of me is like, isn't it interesting being physically as strong as the person you're having sex with? Who's going to end up on top? We don't know.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is more exciting, isn't it?
That to me is a big...
And it was illegal. God, it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's a bit... You can really roughhouse and it's fine because you're both fucking big fucking burly blokes.
In the eyes of the law, you're the same.
Yeah.
But you were saying the thing that put you off is the idea of like looking out into the kind of corner of the room.
Yeah, no. I don't want to get bummed because I don't like the idea of just staring at a wallpaper or something.
Never forgetting that lamp.
Yeah.
Well, you could be looking up at the stars.
Yeah, to be fair. Maybe I'm not adding romance to my...
Some of us are looking up at the stars. Well, I'm looking at the fucking gutter. Anyway, in 64, right, Boothby strikes this arrangement up with Ronnie Kray that involves he'd socialise at the Kray clubs in the West End.
Yeah.
He would meet young boys supplied by the Kray network, and then money would change hands.
Do you have a young boy supplier?
Sorry?
Do you have a young boy supplier?
Yes, but I'm not going to throw my dealer out into the open. Not deliver boy.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Deliver boy.
It's just a little piggyback. Anyway, so the Sunday Mirror gets hold of this story and is going to publish a piece about a, quote, prominent peer associating with Krays and Rent Boys. Yeah. But now Macmillan at this point is out of office and he's still alive.
Yeah.
But the whole thing threatens to blow up because it would sort of publicly open up the open secret of that Macmillan's a cuck and has had his daughters fathered by...
Is that confirmed?
In political circles, yeah, right. It's understood.
But so his daughter isn't his...
One of his daughters is supposedly Boothby's. And his daughter thinks her dad is Boothby's.
Christ.
Boothby. So Boothby hires a libel lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And the entire establishment, Labour and Conservative, closes ranks and stops the story coming out because it would expose, like...
How gay... The whole thing.
The whole thing's gay.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And homosexuality in 66 is still illegal, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to his war record. Now, he volunteered at the start of World War One. He's severely wounded in the Somme, so much so that he spent 12 hours in a shell hole playing dead to avoid the Germans. And I don't understand this bit. While he's playing dead, he reads Aeschylus in the original Greek to pass the time.
But is that is he like this?
Well, he must be like, oh, I'm quite bored. I mean...
I guess it's pre-TikTok when... the stimulation, you could read a book in Greek and that'd be enough dopamine to keep you going.
It's funny
because now if you're playing dead, you'd be like...
It's funny, but it's funny that a German would walk past and think, oh, that's annoying, that guy got killed just as he was reading Aeschylus. It's weird. Anyway, he's left with a limp from this hip injury and a weak grip on his right hand from a gunshot wound. Which
weak grip on his wife, I think, as well.
Well, yeah. It means his handwriting's shit and he's got a weak handshake. So he's just kind of like... How much of the cuck thing is nature, nurture,
the war,
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, because it felt like a lot of these British politicians, the war didn't make them more macho.
No.
It slapped a lot of the masculinity out of them.
Well, if it made Churchill more hard drinking and give a shit.
Yeah.
But everyone else. Yeah. Anyway, after the war... Well, he's very proud of his military service, even though he spent it all hiding in a hole.
Reading Greek.
And reading Greek. And he expresses disdain for politicians like Harold Wilson, who had not seen combat, because Wilson we'll get to, but Wilson basically is a civil servant during the war. He then becomes a partner at Macmillan Publishers.
Which is his family publishers.
Yep. I don't think he's involved in the council one.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No.
Maybe.
It's not Macmillan Cuck care.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. He's a housing minister under Churchill, which is Churchill's great domestic success, is the housing.
Yeah.
So he's a very skilled minister.
Which Churchill would never have any idea about.
He doesn't know.
He has no idea.
How's it? What? Foreign Secretary under Eden, which we should talk about because he is the one who's persuading Eden that if he doesn't withdraw from Suez... we've already lost £100 million worth of sterling reserves.
Yeah.
When in fact the figure was actually 30, and so he's trying to persuade Eden to pull out straight away.
But Macmillan was wrong on both fronts because he persuaded Eden to go.
Yeah, he's such a snake.
And he told Eden to leave when it was too early to leave. Yeah. On both counts, he was
exactly.
Wrong.
But he could have been seen to be playing Eden for the position, and then he does something.
Right, so sacrificing him.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I mean. I think Macmillan is a really Machiavellian figure. And it's all a lot of he has a real drive for power that seems to come across, and he fucks people over a lot. So basically, when Butler, who there's even a book written on Butler saying the best prime minister Britain ever had,
right?
And he was the most qualified and expected to take the role, right? And the way that the Tories choose their leaders, they're the 1922 committee, right? Which is like as opposed to having a party vote, right? Yeah. They have a group of people decide it. And all the press is saying Butler's going to be the next PM. Butler is talking with his wife about what suit he's going to wear when he announces it. He goes to the 1922 committee, and I think he brings Macmillan with him, and it's the big mistake. And he just does quite a dry speech saying, I'll do this, this, and this. And Macmillan says, oh, well, actually, I've got some ideas. And there's this huge flowery speech hitting all the right notes, gives it everything, a Shakespearean performance, basically. And then a couple of days pass and they choose Macmillan. And Butler screams treachery and he gets fucked. But then in
Cuck.
retrospect, I think Millen thinks Butler would have been a better PM or something.
Well, he's a cuck, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't do a good job. Someone else do it.
Yeah.
So
and arguably, he came into the easiest. Because Attlee Kane is a hard position. There's lots of people. Wilson's second term hard position, but maybe this is the easiest Premiership to come into.
Well, I guess Suez has just happened.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
he has to repair the rift between Britain and America, which he does, and then gets called Supermac.
Yeah, maybe.
So he meets frequently with Eisenhower following the Suez thing. Eisenhower offers to supply Britain with a ballistic missile equipped with nuclear warheads.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. He eventually settles the matter. His whole thing early on is that he's like, we got to get into Europe because France, Germany, and maybe the Low Countries are talking about proto-EU.
Yeah.
So EEC or something, that's it. And so he's always trying to get in. Because he's thinking that the Commonwealth, this is when the Commonwealth starts to go a bit shit, or rather.
Well, there's an idea that the Commonwealth could be like a sort of adapted British Empire, but didn't really work.
But then apartheid kicks off, and he's like, "Well, I don't think this is us actually.
Yeah,
this is a different thing.
Oh, a bit rich for my blood.
This is a bit rich actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to just sit there and watch it though.
I wouldn't mind just watching a bit of apartheid. Yeah.
So
because he's a very liberal.
Tory.
Right?
Well, they all are at this point.
Yeah, they're all kind of one
until
nation.
Thatcher.
Yeah, he very nearly joined Labour.
Macmillan.
Well. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So he was on the cusp.
Well, this is the closest they've actually ever been.
Parties. And that's partly what cancelled Labour out during this period. It's just like there was nothing to really split them up.
So let's get to the 59 election. The Labour Party's split between Gateskill and Bevan. The campaign slogan, life's better with the Conservative, don't let Labour ruin it.
So very dull campaigns during this period.
Yeah. And this is
where
where
we're better. Okay.
This is where he says most people never had it so good.
Right.
And it gets thrown back in his face later on when things get bad. But what he's actually saying, which is the kind of seed that will take us through to the rest of the end of the series, is please stop
whinging.
Trade unions asking for more money, please.
Yeah.
Because this is really good. And the more money you ask for...
Well, you're fucking us.
They're fucking us.
Yeah.
But no one ever remembers the second bit. Anyway.
Which we just quoted word for word.
Please don't take more money because you're fucking us. And I've got enough...
My cuckdom for a horse.
Exactly. I've got enough things to watch being fucked. I don't need the economy as well. So, his premiership, it's mainly defined by the sort of rapid drawing up of the Empire Bridge. Because it's been like, as we've seen, it's been a sort of slow trickle.
Picking up now.
And he's now like, right.
It's literally an audit of an empire.
Yeah. So he commissions a report to assess how we go about decolonising. There's a bunch of insurrections. It's all like, let's get rid of the Commonwealth, let's get rid of the Empire and go into the EEC. That's the thing. However, so he puts it all on the EEC.
Because Europe is picking up now. Because we strayed away from Europe after the war because Europe was in complete ruins and tatters, and the only player was America. But now there's a bit more of a boom happening in Europe, and now it suddenly seems more appealing to join Europe, basically.
And he would later say that was the big problem, was that we didn't join at the start, where we could have formed it.
Right.
We could like
so then it was never
it.
on Britain's terms.
Exactly.
It was for French and German capital.
But he puts all his eggs in the EEC basket, and then de Gaulle in 62 or 3 vetoes Britain's entry because de Gaulle just fucking hates the Brits.
Yeah.
And then Macmillan goes home and cries.
And wanks of it.
Probably wanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea, just a prime minister crying. You don't hear
what's de Gaulle got to fucking...
Charlie, can you just Google what the fuck de Gaulle's problem is?
Yeah, because, I mean,
is it Dunkirk?
The great success of de Gaulle is in the post-war years is underplaying how fucked the French were in World War II.
Right.
Because they win the peace unbelievably well. They get a seat at the Security Council. They fucking get...
Unbelievable, that.
Yeah, they get fucking nuclear weapons. They get all of these things. They start dicing up Germany. It's like, what? You guys had your feet up on a chaise longue throughout the whole war.
You've just been dipping.
And that's what his thing is, just tricking everyone to forgetting about how they acted during the war.
Oh, okay. So on the matter of, he hates us partly because of Suez, because Suez was a French and British initiative,
and we backed out.
We backed out. We cucked it. We were like, no, worried. And he then feels
embarrassed French as well. Yeah,
yeah. So he feels there's too much American influence. So that's one of the reasons why he vetoes Britain's application.
Right.
Macmillan says he wants to end the burden of empire, but for Britain to remain a great power. He said he didn't want to oversee the British Empire's liquidation, but rather its transition into some new modern entity. And so, in 1959, Ian MacLeod is appointed as colonial secretary, and it's a fucking Oprah Winfrey fire sale.
Right.
Cyprus, Nigeria, gone.
Done.
Sierra Leone, Tanganyika, which I think is Tanzania.
Right.
Jamaica, Trinidad, Uganda.
Fucking hell.
Kenya, Malawi, Malta, Waiayuge, Zambia. They all go. Gone in four years. And he does this Winds of Change speech, which is I think that's in South Africa. And he goes up there and he's basically like, the winds of change are blowing through this continent.
Right.
And since the end of the war, we have seen the awakening of national consciousness in peoples who have for centuries lived in dependence upon some other power. 15 years ago, this movement spread through Asia. Today, the same thing is happening in Africa. The wind of change is blowing through this continent, and whether we like it or not, the growth of national consciousness is a political fact. We must all accept it as a fact.
Right.
Meanwhile, the South Africans are going, well, we're just going to fucking...
They're like white people who haven't had all the kind of, I don't know, emotional growth that Britain's had.
Yes,
we've been slapped about during the wars and traumatized, and we've got a newfound empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys haven't.
Fuck off.
They're like Britain in the 1780s.
Yeah. What do you mean you're said?
Okay.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Are you a fucking child?
Are you a cuck?
Are you cuck?
Yeah.
Eh? Cuck. That's what they're shouting.
Terrifying.
While he's doing the speech. Cuck. And they think this is the end of empire. All the white settlers are like, right, these fucked it.
Yeah.
We're not going to be run by a cuck in Britain.
No.
We're gonna basically make a apartheid state.
Yeah.
And Macmillan, for a cuck, he says, I hope you won't mind my saying, frankly, there are some aspects of your policies which make it impossible for us to do this without being false to our own deep convictions.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most cocky thing to say.
That's a very cuck way of saying he's anti-apartheid.
Yeah.
But he introduces a South African goods boycott, 59.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So they leave for South Africa alone because of all the apartheid stuff. Oh, so the Cuban Missile Crisis happens.
Yeah, so his relationship with Eisenhower is pretty good.
Yeah.
What's his relationship like with Kennedy? I think they're a bit of a mismatch.
There you go. Look, Kennedy referred to Macmillan as Uncle Harold and saw him as a father figure. Because there are times when the American president and the British Prime Minister kind of align.
Bush and Blair.
They
got on very well.
They got on. Well, Blair and Clinton.
Thatcher and Reagan, they had this kind of like
Thatcher
sexual chemistry.
Yeah. I mean, they're like a leading man and woman.
Yeah.
They're like Bond and Bond girl.
Yeah.
I mean, but Blair and Clinton, they're like fuckboys together.
Yeah.
Like if it was now, they'd be wearing cos. They'd be out
exactly.
In
They're
East
the
London.
they love hanging out.
I did not have relations with that woman.
What relations haven't gone that well?
Well, Trump, Theresa May is the ultimate. That handshake.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's actually one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Is that handshake.
Obama and Cameron playing ping pong, I felt was a bit forced. It was for the cameras, that relationship.
Yeah. Oh, that's just this is horrible. This is the way they hold hands.
Christ.
Yeah, this is... That feels like sexual assault.
Yeah.
The way he's holding her hand. It's disgusting. But then also, it's very funny, for like JFK, as we've discussed, the horniest president ever, the guy who has more affairs than anyone.
Yeah.
And Macmillan is Uncle Cuck.
Right, yeah.
He once witnessed a typist sent to JFK's bedroom on a visit to the PM's home, bouncing up and down on Kennedy's knee while he sang Irish sea shanties to her. Macmillan's there just watching.
What the bloody hell? I guess Macmillan is quite a satisfying portrayal of an English person if you're American.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I think you're all like.
But this is the ultimate, like, if Suez was a marker of how far we've fallen, for then, like, JFK, the young, like, virile fuckboy president, to go up against the old English cuck. But this defines the special relationship from now on, isn't it? We're Uncle Cuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we are.
Yeah. Weirdly, a relationship that seems to be surprisingly good is Starmer-Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to be getting on pretty well.
Starmer doesn't say anything, though.
No, I know. I guess not.
So let's get to the scandals that kind of end Macmillan.
Yeah.
So there's the Vassal scandal, which is a gay spy scandal.
Right.
Which
and
is,
all spies are gay at this point.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're gay, you are a spy.
Yeah.
And if you're a spy, you're gay.
Yeah.
Or more, it's more like that thing where they say, like, well, not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslims.
Yeah, yeah.
Not all spies are gay, but all gays are spies.
Yeah.
So
in one way.
So a Vassal scandal. A gay clerical officer at the Moscow embassy is photographed drunk and naked with several men in 1954. And the Soviets use this to blackmail him into becoming a spy.
Right.
Homosexuality is illegal at this point. He returns to London in 56 and carries on spying, passing thousands of classified documents to the KGB, aiding the Soviet Navy. You know, he lives far beyond his means, which is, I guess, is the kind of the ultimate, the Greek tragedy of a gay spy,
right.
is that he will eventually out himself because he's got too much of a lavish lifestyle.
Sure.
I think the best spies are straight because you live with nothing.
Yeah.
You don't like anything. You have no friends.
Yeah, you don't need to go to Soho and spend, get oysters and champagne.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, that's ridiculous.
I'll just drink water.
I'll just drink water and stay in my room and read a book.
Yeah.
But gays are, they're showmen, they're gossipy.
There's a lot of hubris for being gay,
But you think they get their comeuppance?
But it's too loud.
It's loud voices.
I've never met worse whisperers than gay men.
They're famously terrible with secrets. I don't understand why. It makes no sense that gay people are seen as spies.
Gossips.
Anyway, this guy Vassal, he owns 36 Savile Row suits despite earning £750 a year.
Right.
He tries to claim this as an inheritance.
Right.
And then on 12th of September 1962, so sort of 9/12, he's arrested by British intelligence, confesses, and reveals spying equipment in his flat.
Like binoculars?
I guess that's all it is, isn't it, at this point?
What, a cup?
A cup with a string. And the scandal prompts gossip about homosexuality in government. A Sunday Mirror article titled "How to Catch a Homo."
Let's find out how to catch a homo.
Accuses the Admiralty of ignoring obvious signs.
Yeah.
Let's find that article because I, in 2025, don't know how to catch a homo.
I mean, there's probably a homo in this room with us right now.
I think I've got my suspicions. I've got my suspicions.
But how do we catch him?
How do we catch him? Do we lay traps? Right. How to spot a possible homo.
Yeah. Daily Mirror.
You can and will meet them in London's Bond Street, Tokyo's Ginza, Rome's Via Veneto, Glasgow's Socky Hall Street.
Right. The road to Mandalay.
The street where you live.
They're everywhere.
Vassal, the spy, was a homo.
He lived like one.
He acted like one. Yet here, in the formal, carefully chosen words, I mean, they're not that carefully chosen. How to spot a fucking live like a fucking homo. We are told by Lord Radcliffe and his two assistants, so far as we can see, nothing short of active police detective work would have offered any clue to the fact that he was a practicing homosexual.
He's practicing.
He's practicing. Do you practice?
I don't practice homosexuality, and that's what's let me down.
Yeah, you've got to be practicing.
Because I'm practicing, because when homosexuality comes, I haven't practiced.
I'm always in the nets. I'm doing throwdowns. I'm shadow batting most days.
You know those goalkeeper trainings where they kick the ball at that net and it flies off?
But,
That's me, but with cocks.
So what's a bowling machine? Just flying dildos at you. Just dong, dong, dong. The Russians indeed had caught him through his homosexual proclivity.
Right.
I was saying this to you at some point. I can't remember when. The word proclivity is only ever used when you're talking about someone who's gay.
Yeah.
I don't mind whatever proclivities, but I'm not spending any more time on it.
Live here and blossom blooms. This is the opposite, though.
This is the opposite.
I'm spending a lot of time on it.
Because it's disgusting. Oh, here we go. Basically, homos fall into two groups. The obvious and the concealed. Obvious. Those who dye their hair, touch up their lips, and walk with a gay little wiggle.
You can't walk with a gay little. The little is taking the piss. You can't.
Gay little wiggle could be spotted by a one-eyed Jack on a foggy day in Blackwall Tunnel. Right. Can we just... Right, what's a one-eyed Jack? And is a foggy day in Blackwall Tunnel, is that a euphemism or are they trying to say... Is that a saying?
I don't know. I guess it means you could literally...
From a mile off.
You could have one eye... You could be in a dark tunnel and you could spot this gay guy just by hearing his high heels clipping along.
With him gay little wiggle.
Ooh, I'm gay.
Bear in mind, it's illegal to be gay at this point. And there are men going, hello. Because I think a one-eyed Jack
I mean,
going
you
up
can genuinely, to be fair, sickness aside, you can split all gay people into obvious and concealed.
Well,
if you had to.
Well, it's in print media, I believe it.
Yeah. But if you had to split them up that way, it wouldn't be that hard.
Schofield, concealed.
Concealed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Ricky Martin.
Obvious.
What do you think?
Living La Vida Loca? That's fucking gay.
I thought Andrew Scott, obvious.
Obvious.
Alan Cumming, obvious. His name's
Troye
Cumming.
Sivan, obvious.
Elton John.
Obvious. Ian McKellen as Gandalf, concealed.
Concealed.
Alan Cumming hosting The Traitors. Get that up?
Oh, yeah, that's about as gay as it gets. That's about as obvious as it gets.
Alan Cumming, but he's not fully gay. Apparently, he's got a wife. He's bisexual.
Well, they've all got wives.
Right. Images.
Yeah, I mean...
I scroll down. I mean...
Yeah. Beret and eyeliner. You can
one-eyed Jack.
A one-eyed Jack spotting him in a foggy day. But then also throwing a one-eyed jack up a foggy day in Blackwall Tunnel. I mean,
It sounds
like sex.
Yeah.
Like marital
Right,
sex.
let's read about the concealed. And
go back to the article. So that's obvious. And then we have the concealed. They wear silk suits and sit up at chi-chi bars with full-bosomed ladies. Or they wear hairy sports jackets and give their wives a black eye when they get back from the working men's club.
Right.
Quote,
this is unbelievable.
Quote, they are everywhere and they can be anybody. How then are we ever going to pick them out? The author goes on to suggest that having spoken to psychiatrists, there are 5 categories of hidden homosexuals.
I mean, that's amazing. The hidden homosexual, they can do straight, respectable things like give their wife a black eye after being at the working men's club.
Yes, because they're trying to conceal it. So these are the hidden
As if
homosexuals.
it's gay not to punch your wife in the face.
You're with her? Well, why has your wife only got one black eye? Right, these are the categories of hidden homosexuals.
That's crazy.
1, the middle-aged man, unmarried, who has an unnaturally strong affection for his mother. 2, the man who has a consuming interest in youth.
Right.
He is ready to give all his spare time to working and talking with boys and youths.
Teachers.
Yeah, I mean, that's paedophiles, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess that's, at this point...
Same thing.
I guess the point is LGBTP, isn't it? Paedophiles are included in the acronym.
No, at this point it's H. They're all homosexual.
Sorry,
there's
you're right.
There's no other terms.
No, I know.
It's just H.
If you're not having sex with a woman, you're a homo.
It's the homo community.
The homo community.
They don't even know lesbians exist at this point.
Well, yeah, and I'm still on the fence, to be honest. But the HOMO community includes paedophiles, is my point. Number 3, the crawler.
Right.
The humble man. The man who is always saying he's nothing and everybody else is marvellous. The man with a fixed and meaningless smile on his face. A prime suspect.
What's that? What's the crawler?
I don't understand the crawler.
Who's a crawler?
Is that someone who's just
being humble?
Just basically like blends into the background and is not...
What if someone's saying, I'm nothing, you're marvellous? Are you gay?
Is it asexual?
No, it's definitely not that.
Number 4, the fussy dressed. When 1, 2 or 3 button jackets are in, he is the first to wear them. His shirts are detergent bright. His tie has the latest knot, and he is always just so. And he can never pass a mirror or a shop window without a sly glance at
Right,
himself.
so he's always wearing the latest fashions. That is gay.
That is gay. To be fair, they've got you there. Right, so the vassal scandal.
Unbelievable.
I mean, this insane. But this undermines the Supermac reputation for competence, and he sort of starts to turn the press against him.
Yeah.
But
so
then,
how do you get the nickname Supermac?
So he's called Supermac because a cartoonist drew him as Superman.
Right.
When he dealt with Eisenhower.
Right.
Supermac.
So it's just because he cleared up Suez, basically.
Yeah, I guess
and
so.
we need some right.
He went on to get the nickname the Walrus.
Yeah, because he looks like a walrus.
He does look like a walrus.
Yeah.
But walrus is I feel like there's a cuck energy to the walrus.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's
Talking
very
about
heavy.
the fat man with his turning his nose up at his wife like this.
Yeah, I guess the face is rather hoity-toity, but the fucking giant fat arse. Yeah,
that's very unseemly. Watching your wife get railed by oh my god, that's very unseemly.
Christ.
Just throwing fish at him.
Oh,
That's a terrible, disgusting thing. So then we get to the first proper sex scandal in politics ever.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is why this, after this, you get the satire boom and the age of deference ends because he loses moral authority.
Yeah, they're all just fucking and sucking.
It turns out they're all gay or they're all cucks. Their wives are all fucking each other.
They're all crawlers.
Yeah, they're all hidden, obvious crawlers.
Yeah.
So the Profumo Affair.
I mean, it's already quite a gay name. Profumo.
Very gay name.
Yeah.
John Profumo is the Secretary of State for War, and he meets 19-year-old Christine Keeler at a pool party in Buckinghamshire in 1961. Christine Keeler is having intimate relations with both John Profumo and Soviet delegate Eugene Ivanov.
And has she been trafficked?
She has been maybe trafficked by
And
the
a
Soviets.
19-year-old having sex with 2 different politicians. She's not just gone there on her own volition, has she?
Well, Stephen Ward is the guy who introduces them, and he then gets done for pimping.
Right. But I bet Stephen Ward wasn't our idea of a pimp.
No.
I don't think he didn't have a fur coat.
It's Stephen Wardy, baby.
Yeah, he didn't have like a feather in his
Wardy,
cap.
look after you, baby. Hey, come here, sugar tits.
Yeah.
So anyway, now Keeler claims her relationships with Ivanov and Profumo overlapped, but this was dismissed as unlikely. Now, there's something to do with, I couldn't quite remember it, but basically MI5 were keeping tabs on Ivanov because they were trying to flip him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
To make a spy.
Yeah.
And then they were going to, when the affair started to become public, they were like, we can't be, it's going to blow this whole thing wide open.
Well, they're going to use it as blackmail probably. Or...
Oh, I don't really know. It's all it all stinks a bit. But anyway, Profumo lied to Parliament in 1963, denying any impropriety with Keeler. But the tabloids disproved this, I guess, by what? Showing photos of him having a bit of the devil's
Is he married?
Brunch. Oh, I'm sure he's married.
What's the true scandal here then? Is it the age of the girl? Is it the fact that...
he lies in Parliament.
Right.
It's the cover-up.
Okay.
It's always the cover-up, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's why if you're just like an open paedophile...
Yeah. And it happened
at
this country manor in fucking Harrow, right?
Buckinghamshire, yeah.
Like... Anthony Weiner was an interesting one. Did you watch the Weiner documentary?
No.
Do you know about Anthony?
I know about the dick pic.
Yeah, and so he's called Weiner and he sent lots of dick pics.
But his position is that the only reason it became news is because he's called Weiner.
Yeah, but he came out and was quite open about it, and he managed to ride the dick pic out, but then he couldn't stop sending dick pics.
Oh, he kept sending them.
He can't stop.
Well,
during riding that whole thing out, he basically got out the woods. He just sent them again. And
the danger is though, if you ride them out, you then haven't had your punishment, and you think you can just send them. That's the problem.
He absolutely loves sending dick pics.
Do you guys send dick pics?
I don't send dick pics.
Absolutely not.
No.
I'm married. You're not sending. No one's sending dick pics to their wife. It's the last thing they want. Why are you sending me that? Come on. I don't want to even see it in the flesh. We do it with the lights off. We've been married for 7 years. No man is sending a dick pic to his wife. And if he is, then it's how to spot a homo, category 5.
He's a crawler.
He's a crawler. Hidden homos are sending dick pics to their wives. That's gay as shit. Yeah. Sending dick pics to your own wife.
Making eye contact with your wife's pretty fucking...
That's gay.
Pretty hidden homo.
That's number 6. I think we should extend this list. How to spot homo nowadays. How many bins you have. Right. I think if you've got more than 5 bins, you're gay.
Recycling.
Yeah, like if you're separating recycling, the straightest thing is that you have one bin.
Yeah.
Everything in one bin.
When you finish with like a Nutella jar, scraping it out.
It goes in the bin.
No, it should be you fuck it in the bin and say fuck off.
Yeah.
Not in recycling. In the main bin, you get the...
Everything's in the main bin.
Half empty Nutella jar and you go, fuck off, smash it in there. That's straight.
No, but in the black bin outside.
Yeah.
Because using a small bin in the kitchen is gay.
What? So everything you use the big bin?
Yeah, and you throw it from your bedroom window. So you stand up and fuck off, and you chuck it in the big bin.
You don't scrape your plates. You chuck the whole plate in there.
Exactly. Actually, do you know what? You don't have a bin. You have a skip. Any more than anything less than a skip.
So basically, if your wife's not doing housework and you have to do it, everything goes in the skip.
Yeah.
That's sort of what my dad's like. My dad. He throws passports away. Genuinely, he's like, because he doesn't like any mess, so he'll just scrape it all into the bin.
I don't mind mess, but I hate cleaning up. So I'm like Route 1 Sam Allardyce in everything in the skip.
Yeah,
everything
under the carpet.
Yeah,
scrape everything under the carpet.
Whatever it is. Yeah, even if it's like a half full tub of hummus in the skip. Fuck it, done. Done. I'm bored of having to scrape the jar.
Yeah, I'm not washing
anything. All in the bin.
I'm not a fucking crawler.
I'm not a crawler. I'm a straight man. Homos clean their recycling. It's gay. What else is gay nowadays? Well, what isn't?
Wearing a helmet on a bike, maybe?
Yeah, I do that though.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
I guess that's gay. Maybe I'm gay. But I've got children. I can't have my head caved in.
Yeah. Still gay though.
It is quite gay. You're right. Having children is gay, I suppose.
Also, you're I think one of the gayest things about you is you're quite a committed father as well.
Yes, I am.
You're like you are often trying to work out with your wife like how to divvy up childcare. Yeah, which is quite homosexual.
Yeah, it is.
Because a real man wouldn't speak to his kids till they're 18.
Well, a real man would have put his kids in the skip.
Right?
No, whenever they're crying, get in the skip.
First dirty nappy, the whole baby goes in the bin. Right? I can't be arsed with dealing with that.
Do a granddad change a nappy? No, he put the entire baby in the skip. As soon as the baby did a poo.
Right, this one's broken.
Right, no, it's pooing in the skip. Sorry. When are you going to have a baby that doesn't poo, please? I will not carry on this line until you give me legitimate heir, which is one that doesn't poo.
Like a girl one.
Yeah. Girls don't poo. This girl one's broken, it's pooing.
And this girl one's a bloke.
Yeah. Anyway, Stephen Ward shoots himself on the final day of his trial, which I do think makes you look guilty.
Yeah. Well, it can go one of two ways. It can be like, oh, we went too hard on him.
I don't think it's that.
Like, there's more.
I think it's the same where if you ever like kill someone, like when they kill Bin Laden, they then take his hard drive, which makes everyone think, oh, was he a pedo? Do you know what I mean? If you get shot, if you get assassinated, and then they're like, and we also took his hard drive. It's like,
but don't you also feel like sometimes when people kill themselves, it makes people feel sorry for them, right? Mm-hmm. So like if there's lots of public pressure, that's why when you're going to be broken up with or anything like this, you'd threaten suicide because part of you would be like, that'll show him.
Yeah.
I think you have fantasies of like whenever anybody's wronged you, you're like, if I killed myself, you'd feel awful.
But I think threatening suicide is gay. I think the straight thing to do is to just do it.
No threat.
Bud Dwyer. You seen Bud Dwyer?
This is a straight man.
This is the straightest man who's ever lived. Bud Dwyer is an American congressman in maybe the 70s, or it's the 80s. Right. I think he's about to be done for maybe embezzlement or something.
Right.
He calls a press conference and just shoots himself on TV.
Really?
Yeah. You can see it on YouTube. He gets a massive revolver out of a paper bag and just fucking...
At mouth?
Yeah, mouth. Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah, that's straight as hell.
That's the straightest thing to do. Call a press conference and then just do it.
That's the best post-match conference.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Profumo Affair basically contributes to the fall of this government because public trust goes. And
it's seen as the kind of like seedy Tories.
Yeah, it's Partygate of its time, basically. Yeah. But now that's how prime ministers leave office.
Yeah.
Like, that's like de rigueur.
Yeah, of course. It's horses for courses, right?
Public trust. This is the first time that the chippy populace start going, you know what, they don't fuck... They're hypocrites.
And it's arguably sort of the beginning of the 60s, right?
Yeah. It's all butt stuff.
Yeah.
He gets undone by butt stuff. So the Profumo Affair, Stephen Moore kills himself. Does Profumo go to jail? No. Does he get... Oh, he gets... Keeler gets done. Keeler goes to jail, but I think Profumo gets almost protected and he claims it was entrapment and then maybe he gets off.
Right.
So Profumo, the establishment kind of come round Profumo, which is probably what contributes to the air of like a cover-up.
But sorry, it's interesting that like there's another premiership that ends in crisis, but is also simultaneously they're so ill that they have to go anyway. Yeah, so how Macmillan resigns is, problems with his prostate, which is the Cuck's burden. Yeah. Is that you're never coming. You know how you're meant, like, apparently coming a lot is good for your prostate. Right. Like, so his is enlarged because it's furious. It's furiously angry. Because he's never come. Yeah. So he's just got the biggest prostate no one's ever had. It's like this fucking watermelon. I mean, I have struggled with like enlarged prostate sometimes. Right. Yeah. What? But if I go too hard at a spin class and I piss blood once. Really? Yeah. But you're coming regularly. Are you regular? Regular movements? I've got fairly regular movements. Yeah. Not fibrous diet. Fairly fibrous diet. My God, my wife's fibrous. Fruit and fibre. That's me and my wife. Morning movement. Does that mean a lot of monks have prostate cancer? In the same way that cabbies have a lower instance of Alzheimer's because because of the knowledge, and like apparently dementia is the same muscle that you use for navigation. So not using Google Maps is good if you want to avoid dementia. Oh, so there's a lower instance of dementia amongst cabbies. I imagine there's a higher instance of prostate cancer amongst monks. Right, yeah. Because there's never jacking it. The monk's burden. Although maybe if you open the seal, maybe if you never wank, you're fine. It gets all like dusty and... But if you open it and then you don't keep moving stuff through... If you never wank, it's like a time capsule. In a way. It just opens 100 years later and you find a gollywog in there or something. Anyway, Macmillan, the cuck, has a big prostate. Yeah. He's also urged to resign post Profumo, but he goes to Tory party conference and he's meant to turn up, and then he doesn't. He sends a doctor's note to his deputy, who's Douglas Hume, and he says, "I got my prostate's fucking massive because I've not had sex with my wife for 30 years." Yeah, and so he sort of just kind of fades into the background, like fades into the hedge, Homer Simpson. Yeah, and then the party conference becomes a leadership bid, like live in front of everyone. Really? At 63. Yeah, suddenly they're like, okay, well now we've got to decide who's next. Right. He basically resigns at the conference, and he went on to be the longest living prime minister. And when did he die? 92. Oh, he died in 92. 86. Yeah. Yeah. He pulled the strings. But we need to talk about the satire stuff, right? Oh yeah, we do. So So this is kind of like the ultimate cuckdom, but this is kind of the lineage that I guess calling the prime minister a cuck. Yeah. And the kind of beginning of modern British comedy, the kind of move away from music hall and the kind of vaudeville towards alternative comedy, topical stuff. Fucking Peter Cook, Dudley Moore, the Goon Show, which is kind of a precursor to Monty Python. All of the kind of things that we would know as British comedy sort of start in this period. Modern British comedy starts basically here.
And supposedly Macmillan goes to this show.
I fancy a laugh.
Yeah. I like a laugh.
Yeah.
You should see what my wife's been doing.
Yeah.
You know, he goes to Beyond the Fringe in the West End. Beyond the Fringe is Peter Cook, Dudley Moore.
Right.
And then they see him in the audience.
Yeah.
And they just start mocking him.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that people are like having a go at the Prime Minister and like slagging him off to his face.
Right. Yeah, and I guess this is while he's Prime Minister.
1961. So he's Prime Minister.
So this is literally the end of Deference.
Yeah, this is the end of Deference. Yeah.
And it's maybe the first crowd work clip type thing.
Yeah.
Audience member gets destroyed.
Prime Minister destroyed.
Prime Minister destroyed by.
But it's also like
fringe, like group.
But it's also the idea that it's vicious satire. It's probably going, "You're a walrus. You're like a walrus."
But no one had ever said anything like that, so it was fucking
to the Prime Minister.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that would be a great clip.
That would be an amazing clip.
If they had reels back then,
that
would be fucking amazing.
Prime Minister in the crowd.
If Starmer got ruined at the Comedy Store or something.
Yeah, it went to the Gong Show.
Yeah.
So
that was the year Ian Hislop was born as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. Have I got news for you?
The seeds of
the satire boom that we're
when
now
have I got news
through.
for you? Actually, start 1654.
It's the Restoration, isn't it? Anyway, listen, we need to wrap up.
Oh.
We need to wrap up. Macmillan's prostate caves in.
It's a hot air balloon.
It's a hot air balloon at this point. He sort of takes off, floats into the sky.
And he fades away like all great cuts do.
Winds have changed.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's finally wrap up Macmillan's legacy.
Yeah. So what do we think? So obviously it was something period. The
land of lost content is what they call it.
That's something. It was a period of kind of domestic luxury,
white goods, consumer boom, Black Friday.
Everything's kind of on the up. It's reaching into the 60s, into a kind of seemingly quite rare boom period post-war.
But there's the straddle between the stuffy 50s and the groovy butt stuff 60s.
He managed to decolonize Africa without getting militarily involved, which I guess...
That's a pro.
Yeah.
He kind of dismantles empire.
Yeah.
It's the peak of pro-war sort of British prosperity. However, the kind of sex scandals kind of tar the conservative moral leadership.
And he's not remembered as a great Prime Minister, I guess, because of the cuckoldry, because of the way he left office.
Yeah.
Even though he was relatively competent and actually quietly... quite progressive.
But he's a very comforting, for British listeners, viewers, he's a very comforting Prime Minister.
Yeah. It's kind of what a Prime Minister should look like.
The classy cuck against the upstart virile American president.
Yeah.
That's
our image of ourselves.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
That's who I think I am.
So I guess, I don't know where I'd rank him at the moment.
Definitely high. I think probably...
He's better than Eden.
I'd say probably better than Churchill.
He did a better term than Churchill.
So probably second to Attlee, I'd imagine.
Yeah, at the moment.
But again, he's not that transformative. And I suppose the country changes so much, but how much of that is him doing that?
His forces are beyond him.
Yeah.
It's basically because of this new boom and like people having more money, there's a cultural explosion.
Yeah.
Because you can now go out and see things, The teenagers as a concept is growing.
Teens
is now an economic
hot
group.
Teens are now an economic group. Hot young teens in your area.
Girls Gone Wild starts.
Yeah. So phone boxes are now starting to be used as kind of porn booths.
Yeah.
Anyway, Macmillan fades away because his knob caves in.
Yeah.
And next episode...
Maybe our most challenging episode yet.
It's certainly our most long-awaited.
Yeah.
It's the last of the old boys.
Yeah.
The Truss before Truss.
Yeah.
A 364-day premiership, which includes, as perhaps his only highlight, a failed kidnapping.
So probably the least famous Prime Minister, the least talked about one.
No one will probably know about this guy, but we're going to do a whole fucking episode on him somehow.
We're going to scrape the barrel with this one.
This is the ultimate scraping the barrel. If you'd already liked that episode now, if you can't wait to see our barrel scraping, join the Patreon, where for £3 a month you get early access to series, ad-free and bonus episodes, and you are comforted by the knowledge that you are surrounded by like-smelling people.
As we talk about the man, the myth, the legend,
Alec Douglas Hume. Join us next time for that. And thank you for watching. This has been Harold Macmillan. We'll see you next time as our rampage through post-war British PMs continues.
The trolley dash.
Goodbye.